with the post office.
Right. Oops. So I'm going live now.
Sorry.
I was trying to say it, and then you.
Sorry.
Nope, I don't mind. She's trying.
I love them. I love our post office workers. I just am done ruining their day. My packages.
Right.
They've been pretty good to me.
Yeah, the ones in my town, they're really great. They're really great to
Once
us.
it makes it here,
big cities, yeah.
it's fine. It's getting here.
Really, I gotta mute that.
Or I should say, every other package of mine has been delayed.
Sure.
In transit, so it's weird.
Well, hi everyone. Welcome to our Productivity Live Sprint. We're just all crazy because we're just gonna hang out today. I'm still waiting for one more person to join. She's having some issues, so we're just chilling. But I mean, this is just gonna be like what we said it would be. We're just gonna chat for a little bit, and then we'll do a couple sprints, probably like 20-minute or half hour. Like what we said it would be. We're just gonna chat for a little bit, and then we'll do it there. Someone get it?
I think we got it.
Okay.
Looks like I made it. Okay.
No worries. It happens to me too. And yeah, so we'll maybe just say like what we've been reading, what we're planning to do during this, and then we'll get going with everything. So let's start with Izzy. What are you going to do for the sprint? What's going on?
I'm going to finish reading a manga I'm reading right now, and then I'm going to work on updating my book bullet journal situation. I haven't touched it all month.
Nice.
And we're like 20-some books into the month, so.
Ooh. Yeah. It's part of the reason I can't do that style, like.
It's 100% why I went digital, to be honest with you, is it saves me a lot of time. Right. I could not do a paper one.
Right.
To save
I did it, and it was horrible. Like, I would be good for 1 month, and then the next month.
Yeah.
If you only read 10 books a month, it'd be easy. But like, as soon as you hit that like 20 plus a month scale that a lot of us romance readers hit, or even 15, it's hard.
Right.
I've seen a lot of journals that are so cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone wants to see mine. Like, they're like, do a planning thing. And I was like, guys, you really don't want to see behind the curtain because I plan nothing. I don't
want to see it because I just want to see how messy.
But it's not messy. It's blank. Like, it's a blank book. The only, like, I use my planner for like TBR and for like events, but my videos like aren't really planned. Like, what do I feel like? Like, only the videos my members vote on are like planned. Everything else is just, what did I read? What tropes did I read a bunch of that I want to do a video? So it's really hard when people want to plan because I'm like, I'm not a planner. I'm a pantser. Going down pantsing it.
I'm like a
semi-plan things.
Yeah.
Like, I have a list of topics, but when to film them, I don't know.
Okay, I can't say that I'm like a split because I do almost have all of through February planned.
Oh, but you're better than me.
I do that so I can film stuff out if I am able to a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then I only have a couple videos I'm filming like week of.
Sure.
Right.
I usually, if I plan, then it goes to hell and I avoid what I plan. So I need to pants.
Right.
I feel ya.
I admire y'all's ability to let things go, however they're gonna go.
Right.
I've learned to be like that. Because I used to have like a strict schedule when I was blogging, but it just didn't work out and I would get stressed out. So I was like, you know what? I have this set schedule. If I do it, I'm fine. If I don't make it, I'm okay. Right? I mean, it's not like
totally.
Oh yeah.
I had a paper journal. You know those fancy schedulers you can buy at Target and such? Mm-hmm. I bought one of those about 2 years ago, and I maybe used it for a month, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah, no, I always have my paper planner too. But I do a lot digitally now, as much as I can, because it's easier.
Yeah,
Ezra, what are you planning to do for the sprint?
So I'm going to be listening to, I'm rereading Lions and Lace by Megan McKinney. So I'm going to continue that. And I don't know, do other things and play on my iPad.
All right.
Yes.
I love doing that. I'm listening to, I think I've said this, I'm doing a Sarah McLean vlog for the Bare Knuckle Bastards, and I've listened to it and I'm playing Candy Crush while I'm listening to it.
It's fun. I
stop and pick up the book and follow along if it's like a really good scene, but otherwise I'm like playing Candy Crush, listening to it. But yeah, so obviously, Jess, you are like seriously doing some stuff. So are you wrapping presents for this, or what are you doing?
The first day of me actually starting wrapping gifts. So if I don't finish here, I'm going to be doing it all weekend. But yeah, and I have we have a TV in the spare bedroom here, so I'm watching. I guess The Gremlins just came on AMC.
Oh,
so.
Nice! So we got Tiffany too. Hey, girl, you made it.
Hey. How goes it?
Great.
Hey.
The first time is always an adventure getting onto the StreamYard. So
And I'm fangirling, so I was like, oh my God, I download Chrome. Oh my God.
I'm fangirling over you. Oh my God, I'm so happy you could come.
It is nice seeing all of you.
Yes.
Yes. You hopped in right as we're explaining what we're planning to do.
Okay.
So what are you reading? What are you going to do for our first little sprint?
I think I'm going to read a little bit of The Prince of Broadway by Joanna Shoup, and then do a couple of pages of The Initiation by Nikki Sloan. And
Yes.
I'm going to go for it.
I heard I have a hint that you probably won't just read a couple pages of Nikki Sloan, but good luck.
You're gonna go on a reading like marathon of that book. It's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, you saw how Bree, she was like, whoopsie, read 4 in a row. There you go.
That's what happened to me. I read 3 in a row and I stopped because I wanted to save the redemption, and I need to finish.
It's so good. I just got it I got a gift card and then I bought it for myself. I was like, you bought me this. Thank you. Because I was trying to come up with a reason to get it. And it's fantastic.
Nice.
I'm here for it. It had all the big words for me. Not for everyone, a little taboo, trigger warnings. I was like, give me. So
yeah, it's been like a day today. I took a clip of this. There's a new bookstore that opened in my town. And so I was really excited because Fargo's a good sized town, but we only have one used bookstore. And then we have some thrift stores that have books at them. So this new one opened and I was like, oh my gosh, I have time to go to it before the live show. And it like needs people to bring books in is the thing. They just opened. I know. So I was really sad. So I ended up going to the other used bookstore and I found I spent the same amount of money and got 3 times the amount of books at the other.
Oh.
So I found my step back Saturday for today there in like 10 minutes. I was like, take them off. They're amazing. But anyway, so I'm a little frazzled, but yeah, I will be wrapping presents and listening to Daring and the Duke. I only have 3 hours left and I'm just like, I can't. So if I start bawling while I'm wrapping presents, you'll know what's happening. And Daring and the Duke is what's happening. But yeah, so I think we'll just do like a 20-minute to start. So we'll go till noon and then we'll chat because obviously I want to chat with you guys too because I love y'all. So
Sure.
Even though I got to get stuff done. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We have like 20 people with us. Hi, everyone. See, Tiffany, you have some other fans too. See, we all love you. We want you to be on BookTube more. So
Your Instagram gives me life.
I love it.
I found you. I'm just like, oh, this is the best.
I'm honored to even hear you guys say that.
It's the energy. You really are bringing it. You're just so excited.
I love books. I love stories. Stories are life, aren't they?
No, they are 100%.
It was great, Bianca. I'm so jealous.
That is awesome.
You've seen some of my hauls. Like I have one, but it's on the way to my parents' house. And so which is probably good because it's 45 minutes away, like on a 2-hour trip home. So it's probably good that it's that far away because their paperbacks are only 50 cents a piece there.
Oh, nice.
And it's not that I can't afford it. It's that I have no room for it. So
I like my used bookstore, but the used bookstore I like is where I used to live and where my parents live now. And the issue is that whenever I visit my parents, it's their hours are off. I like to visit on the weekends; they're always closed. So,
Oh, that's
Right.
I mean, I live close to the Rep Bodice, and they have a used bookstore section.
oh, nice.
So, but the thing is, they closed the used bookstore section during the pandemic. I mean, it's still open. They can still order from the box. I mean, I think they do the book box thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the
but
nice
when you went there, like you can't go up.
Right.
Such an overwhelming used selection too. I felt like when I went there and saw it, I was like, oh my god,
It's a lot.
it's
Like
so much. You like don't even know where to look. You're like, there's so much here.
Maybe have to have a plan, which is hard.
Yeah.
The
I
thing,
love that they did stack them, like I think 90% by genre, so
Mhm.
okay.
it's
It does help.
easier to find, but you know.
Sure. The nice thing about the one I went to is like they're planning for a lot of people to bring books in. So they took some books from one of the other locations to start their location. And so they had some good incentives to get you to bring their books in to start with. And like if you buy a new book, you get a free used book. If you buy 4 paperback like mass markets, you get 2 free. So like once they have a selection, they'll be really so right. I told them, I was like, I have a bunch I'll bring you. And she's like, tell me which kind of books you like. And I can get that inventory from like another store. And I was like, well, if you would please stack up your historical romance for me, I'll be back and I will buy all of them. So please do. So we'll do for that. But all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Let's go on mute and we'll go till 2:02 and then we'll come back. Okay. Yay. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
What was happening there, girl?
They're describing Clay and his scar through the eyebrow, and he's handsome in a rough and tumble kind of way, and he sees through her deadpan. I'm like, okay, I need to keep reading this. It's just electric between them. Okay, Joanna. This is.
She brings it in that one.
Yeah, so excited. I read the first one, and I mean, every Joanna Shoup is just a good read for me, but it wasn't like a 5-star. So when Crystal gushed about this, I was like, I'm buying it because I'm always influenced by her and Jen. I'm like, I'm buying all the things. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I told Jen when she read it, I was like, you gotta read the next ones. The next ones are where you really the story soars.
I got them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I just love like a hero that has a black soul. I'm like, I'm already here for it in this.
I love it. Yeah, I'm at a really good part. It's hard to like stop right now. So I'm just kind of like, oh my God. Just figure it out, people. Just figure it out.
That's how I felt yesterday when he was wicked. I'm like, just use your words, please.
I know. That's a hard one.
Yeah, that is literally.
To me, like that one is the most painful one to me of like all of them. They all have like something, but when he was wicked is the most like I understand the situation they're like both in, as well as like the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I said in the Bridgerton Discord, because they're all like, oh, the prologues always hurt so bad, and I was like, and then she got to when he was wicked and was like, hold up, I need 4 chapters to torture you with, not just because she has part 1 and 2 instead of a prologue. Everyone's like, oh, there's no prologue, and I was like, just wait, it's a whole part. Not enough pain.
And I was like, look at me expecting prologues now. Because I opened the book and I was like, where is it?
I love a prologue.
I do love prologues.
Mm-hmm.
And epilogues. There are just some books that end abruptly. I mean, it doesn't have to be like married with like 10 kids or something. Just like a month later, a couple months later, a year later, whatever.
I find that epilogues are better, make the novel better for me. But I know that a lot of people don't like they had children now. It's like, I like it. I want it.
I get both. I get that not every novel has to have, but I want to know that, like, I'm in it for the HEA. So especially when a book has had a rough road and it's like, we know we're getting a happily ever after, I just need it confirmed. Like, I just need a chapter here. And it can just be like a couple months later where they're like, we're going to Christmas at my parents' house. It's cute. Like,
100%. Like, she doesn't have to be pregnant. I also like that when they do epilogues, they tease the next book.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm 50-50 on that. I read a historical a few months ago where they threw in all the secondary characters. I'm like, I don't want this.
Well, not that way.
I was laughing though when I read the naughty list. Thank you. Happy for now. Naughty list, and there was an epilogue, and that like was included in the 56 pages, and I was like, okay. I was here for it. I kind of needed it. Was at least I enjoyed it.
I felt like with at least it being such a short novella, that little epilogue was like, oh, cute. They're still together. This wasn't an erotic short. It was a full-on happily ever after, I guess, really, at the very least. And it was cute. I loved him with the kids. I was like, oh, this is adorable. After she bullied her ex to sign the divorce.
Oh, that was everything.
That was delightful.
Like, that is such a great gift.
Truly. I was like, this is, yes.
I still need to read When He Was Wicked, though. I avoided reading that book for longest.
It's hard to read after the 5th one too. To Philip Would Love. It was like that back to back, and I had just came off The Takeover, which like had some grief elements, and it was just so I'm glad I read The Takeover before that, because I was like here for a woman being able to like just go through the complexities of grief, because that book such a roller coaster and soft hard landing, if that even makes sense. So that was a good ushering into that, because if I had read To Sir Philip Would Love back to back, it was just a lot. I needed some levity.
Well, the last two are the lightest in my personal opinion. Like there's still some stuff in them because she has, but to me they're kind of like lighter ones for the tone wise. So
Hyacinth and Gregory's book.
Yeah.
I still haven't read. Yeah, of course I haven't read that.
Yeah. I haven't read the whole series, so it's okay, Ezra.
I
read the first 2 books.
I read the other 3, 4. Is it 4?
5?
No, the first 4 I've read.
Okay.
I couldn't reread. I mean, I'm in a slump right now, so.
Sure.
Now I logged on late. What are you guys reading now?
I'm rereading Lions and Lace. It's a Gilded Age old school romance. Nice. One of my favorite books. And I think this is the first Gilded Age book that I read like years ago. So I'm loving it right now.
I just found a Gilded Age today. I was thrown because it had a step back. And then when I read the back, it said the guy like worked for Wall Street. And I was like, oh, is this not? And then I opened it and it said 1893. And I was like, oh, in America. Oh, my. So I was like, I can't remember the author, but I just bought it this morning. So I'll have more about it. But I was like, what? I wasn't expecting it. It was by an author I never heard of either. So I was like, I'm excited.
I mean, we need more. I think I like the Gilded Age.
Maya Rodell writes it as well.
Yeah. See, I have some of hers. I'm excited.
I haven't read her yet, but I know she also writes it.
I know that Bethany liked one of hers she read, which I have that one. So I was like, ooh, boy.
I'm thinking of like traveling through these books because I do like that this is like in New York. I miss New York. And then I'm thinking of finishing Wolf Gone Wild because I'm in the middle of that. And that's New Orleans. I haven't been in New Tulu. I love NOLA. So I'm like, maybe I could travel through books right now. That would
because we can't travel.
See, my problem then is like I used to live in Louisiana, so then I read books based in Louisiana, and all I want is food, and I can't get the food.
If I could have a beignet right now.
Oh,
I could make one, but it's not the same as like getting one somewhere.
And oysters. I don't like oysters, but charbroiled oysters.
Oh, I've never had them charbroiled, but fried are yummy.
It would be really fun.
Charbroiled. I've only had it in NOLA, and it's so good. I want one right now.
This could be a problem.
It would be really fun to do a romance readathon with like a passport and see how many locations you could get to.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I find my best readathon inspiration when we do live shows. Like everyone
gotta make this happen.
Hold on, you're all talking at once. Ezra, what do you say?
Yes. I want to do that.
Izzy, what did you say?
I said, Jennifer, we have to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know I'm serious.
I said, mic drop, that is a good idea.
All right. I'll put that on my list of readathons for 2021 because if we still can't like travel as much, how much? Well, even if not, because even when I could travel, it's not like I hadn't went on a trip in 2 years, and the one trip I went on, COVID closed it. So, but anyway, that would be fun.
This is jumping back a bit, but the only Gilded Age one that I've read so far this year is The Heiress Gets a Duke. I think it's actually releasing next year.
Ooh.
Oh, that cover. I've seen that cover going around.
Yeah, it's really good. It was one of my 5-star reads, I think.
Who's the author?
Harper St. George.
Let me look at. I haven't heard about that.
It's set in England, but
So-
the couple, the heroine is they go to England. They're American.
He's giving her a fucking foot rub, y'all.
Ooh.
This is why I bought the book.
Yeah, nice step back.
This one is it's a suffragette and it's an attorney.
Oh,
An Irish attorney, and it's set in New York in 1892. So I was like, okay, I'm buying this. But mostly I bought it because I opened it and he was giving her a foot rub.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that step back before, and it was just creepy.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the book that I'm reading right now also has an Irishman for a hero. So the reason why I reread this is when I read, what was that book? It was a book by Joanna Shoup, the first of her Gilded Age romances. It really reminded me of this book, so now I'm rereading.
I'm finding a weird thing where
What's the first one?
Ooh,
No, not the first. What's the first one? Izzy?
What one? Joanna Shoup?
Yeah.
Joanna Shoup.
She
So
wrote the Fifth Avenue.
no, not that one. The one with the
The
one
Notorious Vow.
So I think it was either, was it Mogul?
Oh, Tycoon.
Mogul?
Sorry.
Tycoon, yes.
I have
I was like, Izzy
Joanna
knows.
Shoup books in my mind at all times.
I know. It's like, Izzy knows.
I'm horrible with titles.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
No, you're fine. I was just like, Izzy, I need you.
My brain just like kind of slithered out of my head for a second there. Sorry.
You're all right.
Sweatshirt. Stay home and read. That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's all I do now.
Right?
I love it. I love the Gilded Age book I read. He went to a basketball game. A baseball game. Awesome.
that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I really need to try. And I like that I've been finding, because there's a couple other I have too now, that they're American Gilded Age ones.
Mm-hmm. I just like getting history in other parts of the world that aren't just you can see England personally.
Yeah.
So I love mixing it up.
I don't know. I tried to lately. I can't read American historicals. I can't get into them. I used to read a lot of them, but I just can't step in that world right now.
Fair, you put in the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't like the historical. I mean, I'm not a fan. Not like I don't like. I'm not a fan of the historical westerns for some reason.
I mean, the reasons are obvious, but
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean,
there are also reasons that are fun because, like, I love cowboys, so I'm like here for it. But I understand the issues like anything else.
Well,
So,
I've read a few Christian romance historicals that I got sent from a publisher years ago, and I liked them, but they got really graphic. So like fight scenes, the women lost their teeth and all this stuff. It's like, okay.
Wow.
No, I know Beverly Jenkins for like my American historicals and like certain people for my Gilded Age American historicals.
I don't want people to lose their teeth. I mean,
I don't need that. I don't.
Gross.
I want like women who are pirates, you know?
Yeah. I want like Pam Godwin's Cowboys, you know?
Well, contemporary cowboys, right?
Contemporary Cowboys.
I mean, contemporary, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Cowboys. I'm the weirdo. I don't like cowboys.
Yeah. Well, we don't look into it too hard, but my dad was a cowboy for 20 years, so.
I get it. I mean, I've lived in big rodeo town areas before, and you know, I just think they all smell funny.
My favorite TV show. Where's Nicole? Nicole's not here right now, but my favorite TV show right now is Yellowstone. Right fucking now, like give me Rip all day long. Man in Black, getting it done. His sassy boss ass bitch girlfriend. Like I just want it. Like my sister's name is Beth. And so I got her a shirt that says like "Don't mess with Beth Dutton" because I have a Yellowstone sweatshirt, and so I got her one.
Nice.
She also loves the show, so I didn't just get her a random.
You just got her the shirt. You're like this,
right? Be like Beth, because my sister's not like that. Then nobody is.
Ooh. I did not know Julie Garwood wrote a cowboy book.
Is it contemporary or historical?
Is it historical?
Usually they are for Julie Garwood, I think.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, bitch. Yes.
I'm telling y'all, they smell funny. I'm positive.
They smell funny. In romance, they don't smell funny.
I know. In real life, they smell funny, I'm sure.
They will.
I mean,
there's also proof that people did bathe and clean their teeth more than we think that they did too, though. I watch a couple historical channels where like these don't smell great because there's no Bath and Body Works, but
I'm just saying, if you work on a farm all day around animals, you're not going to smell good.
Yes,
that's all.
They're probably not the ones taking a shower.
That's why the whorehouse had tons of her perfume.
Oh, we don't. It's only like the sexy times where I'm like, things were not. Oh, For the Roses is. Oh, I have that book.
Ooh.
Girl, I didn't even read what it was about. It just said Julie Garwood, and I was like, got it. It's a really pretty cover. So I don't care what was inside. I was like, give it to me. Julie Garwood and the cover. We're going. That's awesome.
I would have never guessed that was a cowboy romance.
Yeah.
It's on Goodreads.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Montana. There you go.
Yeah, they did. I think a lot of Montana's big setting scene for a lot of cowboy ones.
Yeah.
Well, it's still so cowboy out there.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's really that's what the business is out there in a lot of spots. But well,
Melissa, don't call us out for not reading the plots of books that we buy step backs for. Come on. That is not the point.
Yeah.
I totally cover by without reading the plot or the
Every time I go to a used bookstore, I just look at the step backs that I buy what's pretty. Like I don't look
Did you not just get excited about the step back I showed you? I didn't know it was Gilded Age till I got home. He's giving that book up. I bought it. I don't care.
But reading the backs, I always read the plot point, but that actually gets me away from not reading the book. So
yeah.
If it's a full price buy, I'll read the blurb because I'm going to spend, money.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a used book, I'll give it to me.
True. If I bought it for between 50 cents and $2 and it's pretty, I don't care. If it's a brand new one, I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know that one of you guys has read it and loved it. That's usually my rule about those ones. Is like trusted advisors need to tell me it's worth a full price purchase.
The council needs to speak, and then
that was like Love in the Wild or whatever, the Tarzan book. Somebody was like, Jen's read it. I was like, I know, but I need like 3 other people to read it too, so I can have like a
Was it good?
Jen loved it. I haven't read it yet. No.
Yeah. Well, it's not like so like Justin didn't totally love it, but me and Bree really liked it. But there are parts of the story that could bug you. Not content, but just like plot wise. Okay. But it was very romantic to me, and I just love the vibe. And he was such a like swoony hero. Mm-hmm. And it had parts of transcendence that I really liked, but also the brain function was there. Yeah. So I just really loved it, and it was worth it to me to get it. But also when Jessen was talking about it, being like, well, this and this, and I'm like, yep, that's true. Didn't notice the first time. Didn't notice because Tarzan, but okay. I mean, it has him like talking with the gorillas still, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm here for it. He's like with the elephant still, and I'm like, I'm here. Okay, I'm here.
No, I want to read it still. I just was like, yes, Jen loved it, but I need like 4 other people's opinions, and then I like collect the data, and I'm like, okay, well, why did you like it? Why didn't you like it? And okay, yes, I'll like it.
Yeah, and and I mean, even stuff that's on KU, because did I have to buy that, or is that on KU? I don't remember. I had it on my phone, but even stuff like I only have so much time. That's the thing, right? Too. Totally. The one could be super beautiful and be great. I'm like, I need to know that other people have liked it because of my time that I'm going to put into it. But that one, I'd seen Jess like haul it, not Justin, but Jess haul it, and I was like, I'm going to read it. I'll read it. So I was like, sometimes you also have to be the first one. So there's that. Like when it's one that you hear about, yes, I'll see it with my friends have read it, but sometimes you got to be the one. I'm like, I could read this in 2 hours. I'll be the first one and see if I like it or not. So
yeah, that's how I usually am with a lot of indie romances. Just go for it.
Right. Yeah. And so unless it's one that I've specifically heard bad stuff about, like example, wish I'd waited longer to hear about 56, but I was like, I like 7 Real, let me read this book. We're made. And it makes for a fun video. Like I've had great comments on the video about that. So sometimes it's worth it. Like
me and my education.
Right. I read 680 books this year and I had 26 books on my DNF and low star. So like it's okay if I read it dead once on a blue moon.
And we are grateful to you for reading it and reporting back.
I can't read 650 something books.
Right. Yeah. I mean, can I either?
I'm at about half a year, so we'll see.
Yeah.
The highest amount that I've ever read is a little over 200 books, but that's also before I had children.
Yeah,
So.
I absolutely do not trust Goodreads.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
Because
why? Like, I like in your videos when you say how many reviews a book has. Like, that's always so cute with those old ones. You're like, well, this only has 89 views or 89 reviews.
See, and that's the thing that we can take into account how many people have reviewed the book, but also all those people who like just 5-star a book that's not even out yet.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't judge Goodreads ratings.
Yeah. Like, what kind of rating does Court of Silver Flames have already? And I'm like, people, none of you have read any of that book. So wait, I wish they would lock it until like a certain time before. Like even for reviewers, like Amazon doesn't let you review it till it exists.
Somewhere,
it's just not published.
Yeah. Well, you know what I meant. Like it doesn't exist to me until it's on my Kindle. Like it doesn't.
Right.
So anyway.
I mean, I'm on Goodreads right now.
Yeah. I did it for reviewers. Like, yeah, because we're reading it ahead of time. But when I do an Amazon review, like I have the review written after I write the book, and then when it's published, you go and publish it.
Right.
Right.
And I wish that, I don't know, because then there's pre-orders and people should be able to know, but I just wish there was some form of like, you're a verified review or like you did read a review copy of this. Because why are you giving it 5 stars or 1 star?
No. Like
1 star. That's a good point.
Like Lisa Kleypas' Devil in Disguise has not been out yet. I don't think ARCs are out. It has 2 reviews, 15 ratings, and it's 4.87 on Goodreads.
And I'm like, I don't know.
I mean,
Who's
I
the
would
publisher for that one. No.
I mean, I just go on Goodreads to fight with people, so it's fine.
Right.
Because they come on my reviews and they fight with me, so I just now that's what I do. I like wait for the comments that come in. They're like, "Why did you hate this book?" And I was like,
"So
fuck off."
Yeah. My friend Murphy isn't going to use Goodreads at all in 2021, and I'm really interested to see like what she is going to do for that, because I mean, I would have to, because the books I review, like I promise to put them on Goodreads.
Well,
Goodreads does suck.
For her though, I get it.
If you're getting free stuff, then you need to put it somewhere on Goodreads, your blog, out on YouTube, whatever. But I mean, Murphy, she gets all of her stuff, buys it, or has people send it to her. So
people have sent her a lot. But so I don't know. I get it though. I mean, Goodreads is so frustrating. Like on my Kindle, if I open something, it automatically puts it on there. But then if I like exit out of the book, it says that I finished it. And it's like, well, then I need to disconnect it from it. But sometimes I will read a bunch of books in one day. So I want it to put it on there so I can go back and be like, oh, I read 6 books today.
Isn't yours, because that's how mine is. It pops up and says, okay, it's going to put it on your Goodreads. And then you just have to hit the little button that slides it over. So it takes it off.
Well, yes, but I want it to put it on there is the point. But if I don't finish the book and I exit out, it will say that I finished it, even if I'm only 50% through.
Mine doesn't do that.
Yeah, mine does. It's pretty annoying. But
it's the app, or is it the Kindle itself? Is it a Kindle app or
it does it on both my Kindle and my phone app?
Oh, I don't really use my phone app that much. I need to check it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing I have is the Paperwhite, and you do have the option to remove it from your Goodreads.
Well, because I have I don't think anybody really looks at my Goodreads itself, but it says currently reading 240 something, and that's all I've read within the past few years because I am a military wife, so I've moved around a lot, and I've been very bad about putting my reviews out there. But so I just have them in my currently reading until I finally do my reviews. So
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, my currently reading is if I'm currently reading it.
Well,
and
I know,
some of them sit there for a long time. Like Shanna's been up there for a month and a half because I'm only reading a chapter at a time of it. Where other ones
I
are
have
on
a
there
few
for
like
2
that
hours.
too. Yeah, I have a few like that too, but it's just mostly I've been at it for so long that I've gotten ingrained in me that I need to put, even if it's a DNF, an explanation of some kind. But then I'm not OCD for anything else except this for some reason. But I like to have them in order. So.
Sure.
I actually created a exclusive shelf for the ones that I started, but then I stopped halfway or whatever, and I put them on there. I put it like it's on hold for some
DNF
reason.
shelf or like waiting shelf.
Yeah, I have a DNF shelf. I have a pause shelf.
Hold on. Izzy turn. Sorry, we're all talking.
I've got a DNF and a pause shelf. But I was going to say, actually, I know Steph from Steph's Romance Book Talk and Ashley from Bookish Realm mark books they finished at 99% until they can go in and put a review in. And I was like, that's an interesting.
That's why she does that.
Interesting way to do that.
I've never known that, but I always see that it says 99%. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not that person. I mark it as done. I want my number to go up.
Me too. I like
higher number. That's all I want.
Yep. Once I'm done, I mark it as done. And
that would be good for me though, because one of my goals is to write a review for at least half of the books that I read next year. So
the reason for currently reading, when you actually go in, if you're not on your phone, if you go on like your desktop, you can say you're done or reviewed it, but then you can just change the date. That's why I backlog it.
Right. Interesting.
I just go back and add reviews.
All right, let's do another sprint because I want to do at least 1 or 2 more. And so let's do that. I mean, we'll talk all damn day. It's great. I want to talk with you, but I only got 25 wrapped and we got like 10, 15 to go. So we will go until 12:50 for this one and we'll pop back again.
Awesome.
Okay, make it slow.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey.
How's it going for y'all?
I have 8 hours left on this audio.
Are you listening at normal speed?
1.5. So kind of normal speed.
Okay.
I've been increasing my audio speed little by little. Like I kind of have to get used to the voice, and then I can bump it up.
This is a well-known discussion on these live shows. Like, I got up to 2.0 for the first time ever with one book. Like
Okay.
I'm at 1.7 for this one because I've listened to so many books with Justine now that I like get her vibe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But normally I'm a 1.5 to 1.7. But
I'm on 3 times speed.
Oh.
How is that?
Amazing. I mean, sometimes I have to pop it down to like 2.5
Okay.
ish, but I generally am at 3 times speed.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time. This is not like a overnight. You have to slowly work your way there. Hitting 2 times speed was like life changing.
Yeah, I think too, I've been listening to so many historicals in a row, you know, and and then I was listening to a contemporary and I was like, wow, this feels really slow. And I think it's just because I could understand them. And I was like, man, your voice is, you're talking so damn slow. So then I was at a 2.0 and I was like, oh, I feel this.
I'm at 1.52. Yeah. 1.5. Yeah, I'm at 1.52. Like once I get into it, and then when I'm like, there's 3 hours left, I'm bumping it up. You know what I mean? So
it's great too in like action books where it can be kind of like you're accelerating it as you go. Like I would do that with Cressley Cole when I was reading her. It's like increase it in the final, slow it down for some seconds, back up for action. Like here for it. What are you gonna do? I would like to feel like
I
prefer
episode.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm kind of like you, Ezra, but I'm not really. I'm still trying to get into audiobooks.
It's harder. It took me a year to get to audiobooks, and I used to listen to podcasts first, and then I used to it, and then audiobook. I think it depends on the first audiobook that you pick up.
Well, for me, it was more. I have audiobooks, but I got into doing audiobooks for NetGalley right when they started coming out, but the issue is that they only have the app for the phone. They don't have, I can't do it on anything else. And for some reason, my kids, for their virtual schooling and the school's Chromebooks, though we have high-speed internet here, it doesn't like our high-speed internet, so I have to give them my phone for them to use the mobile app.
Oh, that sucks. So you can't listen to it then. I haven't tried their audiobook on NetGalley only because it was I didn't find anything that I liked.
Yeah.
The app's a little funky, I've found. I haven't finished anything I've gotten through there because of that. I only have 3. It's not like I have like 5 of them sitting on my shelf, but I will get to it in the new year and I will review them. But
yeah, I haven't even tried yet with it.
The best app for audiobooks is Audible. I mean, I know it's Amazon, but it's because you can bump it up to 1.2, 1.
LibreFM also does the same,
right?
I just downloaded Scribd and I'm seeing the difference of like how I can bump it up as well. Like for audiobooks with me, I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm a snob about it, but I'm very particular with the narration. Like I have to be sold and transported. And if I'm not, then I'm like, I love having a physical book in my hands and it's fine. Like I'll just.
100%. I mean, I agree. I mean, a horrible narrator can break your book.
Yes.
Oh, totally. Narrator is everything.
It's everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I absolutely hate in audiobooks is when a male narrator uses like a high pitchy female voice, and it's so annoying.
I feel both ways, but definitely when a man messes up, it's worse. But I've also read some females where they just didn't do the guy right. Because to me, the guy voice is the money. Like, I want the hero to sound good to me.
I think a lot of the female narrators don't have a deep enough range for the male voices. Like Jenny Nordback is narrating audiobooks some now, and she has like a very like kind of husky female voice. Mm-hmm. She's doing some of the Desperate Measure, like I think she's in Desperate Measures as Jasmine. I'm not sure though. She's in some of the Katie Robert ones. And she has a podcast. She's like, and she, I feel like, can pull off a man's voice because her female voice to me is like, whoa.
Yeah. She's a dominant for a while. Mm-hmm. She's got a sexy voice. I can see that. But yeah, I mean, like Justine, like her voice for Beast is like, he's just like grunting all the time. And I'm like, Rosalind Landor does great like male voices too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she has a deeper female voice. And I think that makes it easier for her to do male voices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how it is. Like, I understand. I just think that if you really want to be good at the craft of narrating romance novels specifically, you got to work on your male voices. Like, they got to be good. But
gotta be.
Air, she shared on like an interview with Fated Mates that like her voice register over the last decade has lowered. Mm-hmm. It has become a lower voice from doing all the male voices she's done. But
I agree, Lisa.
Yeah, this is true.
I agree with Lisa.
Sometimes the female ones are also delightfully hilarious, though.
Yeah,
I was thrilled with Roxy Isle doing Sia Ruin. Her range was absolutely incredible.
I get like chills when you even mentioned that audiobook. Like, yeah, fan freaking tastical.
That was filmed in the 90s. Oh my god.
Speaking of like Immortals After Dark, which I know we weren't, but I was earlier with Izzy because they're going to do a readathon for that. I think he does like half of the females are really good and the other half like are really tough. Like Elizabeth in Lothair's book took me halfway into the book before I could handle her book. I was like, oh my god.
He does. But I think it's hard because he's doing such a big series. How on earth do you get enough voices for that out of your like mouth? Because
like when he has all of the brothers who are all Scottish and they're all werewolf, and it's like their voices can start to sound the same, but he somehow makes them like sound different. Like he's so talented.
Robert Peckoff.
I feel you because there was a time I was binge reading Janine Frost's books, and I know Suzanne from Under the Covers on their Fangover podcast. They were talking about the accent, and she was like, Bones' accent. He has like this Irish / Cockney accent, and it was just so funny what she said. But when I first listened to it, I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It was good to binge. But then like all the other guys kind of sounded the same now, so I don't know if I can re-listen.
Right.
I love Irish Cockney.
Yes, right, their accent like
the narrator for Jennifer Ashley's books, can't remember her name. I feel bad. She does all the Scottish male voices, and I'm just like, oh god. Her voice for Hart, because like Hart, he has a more like, he's gotten rid of his Scottish accent purposely so that he can be in the aristocracy and stuff. But then when it will like slip out when he's like really passionate, you're just like, oh, you just flipped his switch because now he's talking Scottish. And the fact that she like brings that forward so well that like it's his character, like his voice is part of his character. And if you read that without the audio, you're reading it where she'll be like, oops, he slipped it out. But when she's reading it, it will slip out before the dialogue take. So you're like, you are such a good narrator because I knew what was happening before the audio tells me what happens. And I'm like, that is doing your job so well.
I mean, I do love it when the narrators do their job, like do their research. because I've been burned before.
Right. And she was doing that even in his previous, like, because Hart's book is number 4, and she was able to set that up all the way in the first one with Ian Mackenzie. Like, Hart was already set up that way. So then when it gets to his book, you know what it means when he slips up. You're like, oh, he's upset. Oh my God. Like, I love it.
I love a performance.
Because what if the books haven't been written yet and like you're still narrating book 1? Would you know, or would the author write that in? I mean, like, tell the narrator, hey,
They don't know.
thing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times I feel like they don't know, and then they have to go back
Right.
and be like, what was the voice I used for this random side character?
Right. It's really interesting listening to Justine's interview, because that gets brought up of like, she started narrating back with like 5 books before a certain character's book. And she was like, oh my gosh, this character I only use. And she's like, in some cases, well, you just make a new voice for them because they were only spoke like 3 lines or so back then. But in some cases, like, you just don't know and you have to do your best. But with the Hart Mackenzie particularly, like, Ian says that in his head is like, oh, he must be upset. He slips into his Scottish brogue when he's upset. So like, that was set up in the book, but it's pretty great. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I need to read.
I've only listened to 2 Outlander books, but the
January Lavoie is an incredible narrator. I listened to an interview with her that was really interesting.
Yes. I've listened to the first 2 Diviners books. She's very good. Very good stuff. But all right. Well, you want to do one more?
Sure.
I only have 4 presents left, but they're the biggest ones. So
so they're the funnest to wrap.
I've gotten a bunch of small ones done, but
I pretty much use this one is like empty. So I have one more roll of paper and all the big gifts left. And BT Dubs, I'm right in the middle of great stuff right now. And I'm like, I just please figure it out. So close to it all. But anyway, all right. Well, we will do one more 20-minute. And then I have something at 2 p.m. my time today, so we'll have to wrap up after that.
Perfect.
all right.
All right.
Do it. All right. How was that for everybody? Yeah.
Good.
So I'm gonna finish this book.
I have this much left. Izzy!
Are you dying?
Yeah, I am. I knew it though. You'll see in my vlog clips, but there's a couple things where I was like, I see building 2 and it hurts me.
Yeah. Those last 2 books in that series are everything to me.
I
love the first one. I love all 3.
Yeah.
I love all 3. But there's something about Hattie.
Yeah.
And Grace.
Well, and then just the way this one's written. Because this one's written with such a like fantasy-esque quality.
There's like a build-up too that you've had for 2 books about how is this like awful person going to be redeemed.
Yeah, I mean Hattie's just great. Like I get all the hype. For her. That was fantastic. But this is my kind of, and that's what Crystal told me. She's like, Daring and the Duke is your kind of book, and I was like,
it is. I would agree.
It is.
I for me, the Grace and Hattie are like tied for different reasons because both of them are my favorite kind of things.
Ewan is my kind of dude too, so that's why I like both. Is I love that kind of twisted guy, and I could see into him. Like before I was like, I see you. Just let me love you, poor baby. Anyway.
I can't wait for book club in February. Well, I can't wait for January too. But
right? Oh my God, I can't.
I'm
okay. So here's a little like, Crystal. I hope you're listening to this. I am gonna grow some lady balls over Christmas, and once like all that stuff is done, like I'm just gonna ask her. I'm just gonna ask Julia Quinn about book club. I'm gonna do it because she knows me. She said I'm her favorite bookstagrammer. Did y'all see that? I know that. I was like, I'm just gonna ask because if she says no, then at least I like had some balls and asked. Because Crystal asked her favorite author, I can ask mine. I can do it.
Go for it.
As someone who talks to authors on the monthly for different things, with a different thing I do, like a book club I do, I promise the worst they'll say is no, and that's okay.
Right. And the only thing of it is like I feel like once because the show will be out already and stuff. So I don't know. And it's talking about something different, you know? Like I love all the Bridgerton talk. I mean, OG Bridgerton stan. I'm here for it. But I also love a lot of other stuff. And my favorite thing about Bridgerton being a big deal is that book lovers will then read all of her other stuff. Because Bridgerton was great for the fact that it was such a big series and like no one had done an 8-book quite like that before, and there's just a lot great about it, but she got some other fantastic books. So I'm very excited about that. So
I'm excited to read the duology and so close after reading these, so I'm here for it.
There's some serious Highwomen vibes, like one of them is a Highwoman, so it's pretty great. Oh, Kitty, hi. There's some serious vibes.
She's such a pain in the butt.
So,
Kitty.
I'm such a fangirl. I'm like,
yeah, I know. Crystal's the best. Oops, I can't see her.
She is.
Yeah, but anyway, well, thank you guys all like for joining this today. I know it was so random, but I was like, I gotta get this done, and I want some friends to do it with.
I needed to like read, and I don't do it on the weekends, as I've said to people before. Not when I read. I know.
It's funny. My biggest binge days are actually like Tuesdays or Thursdays for me because I get off work, move from my desk chair to my couch, get off work, and I don't have anything going on. Like Mondays and Wednesdays, I have my physical trainer, and then Fridays there's maybe something planned with friends if we do, because we still 2 or 3 of us hang out. I now have like a Bible study I'm doing on Friday nights too, so that takes up a lot. Nice. And then Saturdays I'm getting errands done, which I'll listen to a book while I do it, but I'll be like, yes, you have nothing going on today, read. And then I'm like, oh, I listened to like half a book, or that's all that I did, because which it's fine. But
I needed this. I needed to know which way to go with the books because I'm a script reader and they halted our scripts until the new year. So I have all of this time to read my books and not write coverage. And I'm like, how do I fill it? So this was like everything. So I could know.
Well, I'm so glad. I mean, like you said, we've been loving your Instagram. And so I was like, I'm going to ask her to jump on. And you definitely need to sign up for some of the romance reading stuff too in the Discord, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Because we will, now that you have it all set up finally.
Right? I was like, crow.
Yeah,
right. I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens in like the new year with that of like, it's good. So takeaways from this one, we're going to do a romance postcard readathon somehow. I'm going to put all that to, we'll see how when that comes. That would be really fun.
I'll join if it's like a longer than a week type of thing. I'm terrible at readathons.
I love the longer ones, and it can be kind of the same as the like build your own TBR because you could build your own passport based on what you want to read. Boom!
Oh, that's an idea.
After doing the build your own board, I like don't want to do any other kind because I just love that idea. Like.
Well, I have a lot of vlogs from earlier this year that I haven't actually posted yet, and I do at some point, probably about a year after I did them. But the readathons that those vlogs are for, I don't choose beforehand. I go as it goes, and whatever lands works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. There's a lot of them that I'm excited to do again. Like, I know Bree's going to do Kindle Clear Out again. We're going to have the light versus dark. I'm so excited for that this year because a lot of our channels are all like a lot bigger than they were.
Yes, I cannot wait for round 2 of light versus dark.
I'm already working on my costume for this time, and like, I'm excited for it. So that'll be fun.
I'll just be there with my porks. It's fine.
I love your porks though.
I know.
Love it so much.
Although now I have a giant baby Yoda, so maybe I'll just hold that. And a pork. It'll just be a lot of juggling of things.
Yeah, and so I'm really excited to see what we do for that. But I just love it. I love the community we have, and I love that we can just hang out on a Saturday and rep.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you for
inviting me. Shower early.
Yes, I was gonna say you got to your shower on time.
I did.
It's true.
I was like wide awake at like 7:30, which I made this at 11:30 because I was like, oh, I want to sleep in. And then some people started messaging me and I forgot to turn my I didn't have my phone muted. So I just started going off and I'm like, and then I wanted to answer them because it was stuff I wanted to talk about. But I'm like, okay, I might as well get up and do some yoga and do crap. Okay, fine. But well, I want to go finish this book before I go to my friend's house in a half hour. So I'm going to make a stop now because I only have 40 pages.
Oh my God.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, go for it.
Thanks all for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Have a Merry Christmas.